Hello guys! Welcome sa ating z-knowledgeTV. Sa AutoCAD video series na ito, I will introduce you the CAD software. Ang tutorial na ito ay para sa mga complete beginner in AutoCAD who has absolutely no knowledge to this software. So, dito sa AutoCAD video series, mag-i-start tayo sa basics. Pag-aaralan natin ang AutoCAD user interface, understanding the units, making basic drawings, we'll use object snaps to make precise drawings, working with layers and blocks, working with dimensions, and last, we'll print our drawing. So, lahat ng ito ay pag-aaralan natin dito sa ating tutorial. Pero, before tayo mag-start, don't forget to like this video and click the subscribe button para ma-notify kayo sa mga next videos. So, let's get started. So, sa ating previous videos, natalakay na natin ang trim and extend commands, offset command, join command, break command, and fillet command. So, we could easily edit or change our existing drawing to create more complex objects from simple ones. Kaya kung hindi nyo pa napapanood o gusto nyo ulit balikan yung mga naunang videos natin, pwede nyo i-click ang link sa description box ng video ito. Okay, so sa video na ito, we will discuss naman how to use the chamfer command to create chamfer features on objects in the drawing. There are many situations that call for a chamfer. Anytime you need to create an angled intersection on objects in the drawing, the chamfer command should be your first choice. Okay, so after completing this lesson, you will be able to identify options of the chamfer command and use the command to create chamfered features, as shown in this figure. Okay, so let's start in our 6th lesson in altering objects on how we can use the chamfer command. So you use the chamfer command to quickly create a line between two non-parallel lines. It is usually used to represent a beveled edge on a corner. You can chamfer lines, polylines, X-lines, and rays. So the following options are available when using the chamfer command. So the first option is the undo. So it uses this option to undo the previous action of the chamfer command. So the option polyline, use this option to chamfer to the polyline. All polyline vertices are chamfered at the current distance or angle settings. Next, for the distance, use this option to specify distance values for the chamfer. For the angle, use this option to create the chamfers based on one distance and an angle. For the trim, use this option to set the trim and no trim modes. When the trim mode is active, the objects being chamfered are trimmed to the start of the chamfer lines. When no trim mode is set, the objects selected for the chamfer are not trimmed. Next, for the method, use this option to switch between the distance or angle methods for creating the chamfer. And last, for the multiple option, use this option to create multiple chamfers without having to restart the command. Okay, so let's proceed first on how we can use the chamfer command. So, the following steps give an overview of creating chamfers with the chamfer command. Okay, so first, we start the chamfer command by typing the word chamfer or by selecting the chamfer icon on the palette in the ribbon. Next, confirm the settings on the command line. If necessary, adjust the options as required for the design intent. Then next, select the first object to be chamfered. And last, select the second object to be chamfered. So the chamfer feature is created. So, but take note, if you choose the polyline option, step 4 is not required as all vertices of the polyline will be filleted at once. Okay? So, para mas maintindihan natin yung different options ng Chamfer command, so let's apply in our AutoCAD. Okay? So, first, create muna tayo ng ating lines. So, by using line command. Okay? So, next, with the use of the distance method, okay, we specify the amount that each line should be trimmed or extend. So, gagawin natin, itong sulok na to, itong vertex na to, so, isa-chamfer natin. Okay? So, ang gagamitin natin distance ng chamfer is 0.1 and 0.2. Okay? So, take note na ito yung ating original object. Next, so, type natin yung word na chamfer. Or, pwedeng naman dito sa ating ribbon. Okay? So, nandito yung ating chamfer. So, meron tayong scroll down button. So, ito yung chamfer. Okay. So, first is select first line. So, let's say this is our first line. And then, type natin ng D for the distance. Press enter. Then, for the first distance, let's say the distance is 1. Then, press enter. Next distance is, let's say, 1.5. Then, press again enter. Then, we can now select the second line. Okay? So, nakapag-create tayo ng ating chamfered na object. Okay? So, in this case, so yung distance na 1 is from here hanggang dito. And then yung distance na 1.5 is from this point hanggang dito. And then yung tinatawag natin na hypotenuse, okay, sa ating geometry, makukuha natin yon by getting the square root ng square ng 1 at ng 1.5. Okay, so ayun yung magiging distance ng ating hypotenuse. Next, let's acquire the measure ng ating chamfered line. So, kung tayo dito. So, gamitin natin ang align. Then, specify natin yung first point. And then, yung ating second point. Then, drag. So, the length ng ating chamfered line is 1.8028. Okay? So, tandaan natin na kapag ang ginamit natin is zero distances sa both horizontal and vertical lines ng ating chamfer distances, so halos yung original object yung ating ma-acquire. So parang hindi tayo nag-chamfer nun. Okay? So again, so try ulit natin ng isa pang objects. So ngayon is by using polyline. So, create tayo ng polyline. Specify first point. Then, second point. Okay, then type natin chamfer. Click natin. Then, specify first line. So, pero, di mo natin specify. Ito. Okay, so, Next, so may lalabas tayong mga different options. So, yung kanina is by using distances. So, ngayon, ang gagamitin natin is by using angle. So, click natin yung angle. Okay, so specify chamfer length on the first line. Okay, so ito yung first line natin, di ba? So, let's say ang distance niyan is 1. Then, press enter. Then, yung chamfer angle, let's say 30 degrees. So, let's say 30 degrees. So, then press enter. Okay, so now we can select the first line and the second line. Okay, so ang ibig sabihin niyan, yung natapyas na horizontal line is 1 unit. Okay, from the corner. And then yung pagkaka-angle na tong line na to is 30 degree with respect dun sa ating horizontal line na yun. Okay, so let's try na i-measure yung pagkaka-angle niya. So, try natin mag-extend ng line. Okay, then measure natin yung angle. So, select natin to, and then itong next line. So, lumalabas na 30 degree yung angle nun. Okay? Okay, next. Again, create ulit tayo ng another objects. So, using polyline. Next, type natin chamfer. Press enter. And then, ang next na isa-select natin na option is yung trim. Okay, so dito, we can enter different trim mode. So, kapag trim ang pinili nyo, so ibig sabihin, magja-chamfer siya, and then yung chamfered na part is matatanggal. So, kapag naman no trim, ibig sabihin, sinamper mo lang siya, pero stay pa rin yung object natin. Okay, so try natin yung no trim. So, click natin no trim. So, select first line. And then, pwede natin gamitin yung distance or yung angle. So, dito, distance lang gamitin natin. So, type D. Then, press enter. And then, yung distance natin sa first line is, let's say, 1. Press enter. Then, 1.5 for the second distance. Then, type natin o select natin ng ating second line. So, ayun na. So, meaning, yung nawala natin dito sa ating first object na drawing is nag-stay sa ating third object na ito. Okay? So, again, so yung 1 unit is from here until this point. Then yung 1.5 na unit is from this point hanggang dito. Okay? So, kapag ang pinili nyo naman is trim option, so, parang ganito yung mangyayari lang. Okay? Wala to. Itong part na to. Okay. So, next. So, try natin mag-create ng isang box. So, let's say ang length niya is 4. Then, ang width niya is 4 din. Okay. So, then, by using chamfer, so, chamfer natin yung different corners. Okay, so, type natin chamfer. Okay? So, next option na pipiliin natin is multiple. So, pag pinili natin ng multiple, ibig sabihin, more than one set of objects yung pwede nating i-chamfer. Okay? So, click natin multiple. And then, select natin yung first line. So, let's say ito yung first line natin. Then, ito yung second line. So, pero, kapag pinili natin yan, kung ano yung default natin kanina o yung last na ginamit natin kanina ng option, yun yung mapipili. Okay? So, pili natin is D. So, type D. Press enter. Then, 1. Press enter. Then, yung second line natin o distance is another 1. Press enter. So, next, select natin yung ating second line. Okay? So, papansin nyo, hindi pa nawala yung ating chamfer na command. So, sinasabi niya na select pa natin yung first line pa natin. So, let's say ito yung ating first line. Okay? So, try naman natin gamit ang angle. So, click natin ang angle. So, ang first distance natin, let's say 1. Press enter. Then, ang angle natin is, let's say, 30. Then, press enter. So, saka natin piliin ng ating second line. Okay, so nakapag-create tayo ng another chamfer. Okay, so next, select natin another first line. Then, type naman natin ang method. So, kapag pili natin ng method, so parang sasabi lang niya na isi-switch lang natin yung ating method between distance or angle methods. Okay, so kung kanina, gumamit na tayo ng angle, so pwede naman natin i-switch ng distance yan. So, click natin ang ating distance. Select natin yung ating second line. Yan. Okay, then next, for the first line, so select natin ang second line. So, papansin nyo, nag-automatic create na siya ng chamfered. So, ibig sabihin kasi yan, yung default natin kanina, yung kanyang kinukuha. Okay? Yan. Then, press enter nyo para mag-okay na. So, yan. Nakapag-create na tayo ng ating chamfer by using different options. Okay? So, next, ito naman yung guidelines for using chamfer command. So, if both objects being chamfered are on the same layer, the chamfer line is created on that layer. Otherwise, the chamfer line is created on the current layer. Next, entering chamfer distances of 0 creates a sharp corner. So, meaning, walang nangyari. So, parang hindi siya na chamfer. Next, setting equal chamfer distances is the same as setting the angle at 45 degrees. Next, when setting chamfer distances, the first distance is always applied to the first line you pick. Next, chamfering a line to a polyline will automatically join it to the polyline. Next, a closed polyline will chamfer in a counterclockwise direction. And last, hold down the Shift key while selecting the object to override the chamfer distances values and create a sharp corner. Okay, so that's all. So sa ating next video, we will discuss on how to use the stretch command to change part of an object's shape. At para sa iba pang videos na gusto nyo pang maunawaan o malaman about sa AutoCAD, so huwag nyo kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-click ang bell para maging updated kayo sa ating mga next videos. So, maraming salamat!